Are we good? Are we live all everywhere? Happy Thursday, guys. Today is No BS Thursday. Q&A, pretty much. We're waiting for everybody to come on, hop on here in a few seconds. So we're going to allow people to start jumping in and start asking questions. However, I have amazing things that we're going to go over today. We're going to be talking about building specs. How can you transport a 20-wide home and still be legal? And truth about the sprayed foam insulation. So we have a lot of people asking about the truth about the sprayed foam insulation. So we're going to be talking about all this. And we are currently live 6 o'clock on the dot. We're live in all of the streaming sessions, whether that's TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're inviting everybody to come onto our lives and make sure that we can help you guys in any way, shape, or form. So with that being said, once again, today we're going to be talking about building specs, how can you transport a 20 wide and still be legal, and a little bit more about sprayed foam insulation, which we use in all of our homes. With that being said, if you are listening live, I would love to hear a little bit about you. What state are you in? Do you own land? Do you not own land? What is your current situation? And absolutely want to hear about your questions. With that being said, very, very quick. Remember, we do offer our homes in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So just in case you guys don't know who we are at Saddlebrook Live, we have delivered over 3,500 homes, which means we have a lot of happy customers, amazing customers. We appreciate every single one of you guys that have owned a house from us. And do a little bit of research for yourself. Go look at those Google reviews. While you're there, go ahead and give us a review. That would be awesome for me, guys. Next thing is, a lot of people are asking, hey, leave the BS behind and tell us just the price for our homes, which is something that I absolutely want to do, but it's very difficult because everybody's situations, it's just a little bit different. You know, the price varies when it comes to size, the building stage you want to have the house, the delivery, the setup, how far away are you from us? How far do we have to transport this home? How wide? Many, 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 many things. The best thing I could do is advise you to jump on these Q&A sessions, ask your questions, tell us what state are you joining us from? What is your situation currently? Do you own land? Do you not own land? And all these little questions are tailored for me to give you the best response possible. With that being said, I want to be very, very real, and I want to make sure that you understand what we do and how we do it. But just because I know people ask the questions every single time. What is the price? What is the price? Very quick. Our shalls start at about $10,000. With that being said, you could get anything from 288 square feet up to 1,200 square feet and more, depending on what exactly you're looking for. So shells start at about $10,000. Mid-range stages, what does that mean? A home that is, I want to say, a 75% complete, which is a shell with electricity, plumbing, insulation, and it's basically ready for you to come in and start putting in finished touches. That one varies. That starts about $35,000 to $45,000. And then we have turnkey homes that start at about $100,000. Turnkey meaning that it's a full livable structure, a full home that is ready for you guys. So with that being said, I want to make sure that I help you guys the most possible, right? I'm going to jump into a couple of questions that I've been seeing in their comments, just because I'm waiting for a lot of people to join us and we could actually have people live. It's pretty awesome. We have a Zoom link. We are on all platforms. I could definitely see all your comments. I have a great team behind us that is helping, making sure that everybody has what they need at the best times. And if these live streams are not enough, and you want to be on the other side of the camera, basically, if you want to be here with us, know what it feels to be here, we are inviting you guys to come over, whether that's in a regular business day or we are having special events this year, like an open house. We are having our next open house is going to be February 28th, starts at 9 a.m., ends at 4 p.m. Our doors are going to be open to every single one of you guys that is ready or possibly looking to be ready to buy the next home. So we want to welcome you guys. It's very, very important for you guys to meet us and us to meet you. I want to know more about anyone I do business with, you know, whether that's buying a vehicle, whether that's buying a house, whether that's just knowing who my next builder is going to be. I would advise you to come in, see what we're all about, what we have to offer. If it's a shell, hey, what is going to go into the shell? What is the layout going to look? What does your future look like? You know, all these different little things we like to discuss. Hey, simple questions. What are your goals, right? When we talk about goals, we're talking about timelines. We're talking about budgets. We're talking about finishes. We're talking about so many different things that all these questions are tailored 100% to you. And not to mention, we also offer lifetime warranties when you do buy a full-time home. So it just depends what you're looking for. First question is exterior walls. So they were asking, what are your exterior walls look like? And this comes from Milton. Milton, I really appreciate you jumping in our comments. And Milton, you probably didn't make it to a live session like right now, and you saw one of our recordings, you put it down in the comments. I do gather those questions, put them back in here, and I come and answer them every single week, Thursday, 6 p.m. With that being said, he was asking about exterior wall framing. What kind of lumber do you use? So that's a great question. Do you guys use 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x? That was his exact question. And we do use 2x4s. We do 16-inch centers, double studs every 4 feet, which is a very, very high-end structure. Now, we do have time to time where we have to use 2x6 exterior walls, and that's no problem. Depending on code, depending on needs, we could definitely do that. Questions are popping up. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to go down this one real quick, and I'll be answering there 1 second, okay? And then the next question came from Susan. Susan Haley, I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate that you are asking also questions, and you are asking about the walls, interior walls. What does that look like? Do we get to choose the color of our walls? Do we get to choose if it's smart panel, if it's going to be drywall, or is it going to be pine interior? And that really depends on what you are looking for, right? We could customize the home exactly to what you're looking for. Pine is a very, very popular interior finish right now, whether that's light pine or dark walnut pine, where you guys get to see it on our videos. If you're on TikTok, you could definitely go to the link and you could see all our home tours that we do. If you're on Facebook, we also post that. And YouTube, we actually do full walkthroughs of the homes. And this is not a 30-second, 60-second reel. We're doing 5, 10, 15-minute walkthroughs of the homes that we have. In matter of fact, this is a good opportunity for me to tell you guys of a home that we have right now. A home that was, we have to rebuild. It's funny. It's crazy how it works. We have to rebuild the exact same home because this specific home is a 16 by 44, 740, I think 704 square feet, if I'm not mistaken. And what happened is this home is going to Louisiana. Anyways, building specs in Louisiana call for having a third-party inspector. By the way, just for your guys' information, our homes, when they're being built, we are taking videos, we're recording pictures. We have the whole process on camera. We don't hide absolutely nothing. But in this specific home, the inspector told us straight out, hey, I have to be present when you're building the home. So right now we have a home available right now to basically deliver because it was not approved by a city inspector, pretty much. With that being said, we're building the exact same home, having the city inspector come in and see the whole process. We told him how many homes we build and so many different things. And I don't want to talk anything bad about absolutely no one. I understand where he's coming from, his perspective, and we get it. I mean, he's just doing his job. With that being said, that doesn't stop us. We're just going to rebuild that home. But we do have one home available in inventory right now that literally could be delivered within the next few days. obviously weather permitting, right? We've had a lot of snow, ice, and stuff like that that are stopping us from being delivering homes. But we have a home that is available right now. You might be able to see these pictures. We're gonna try to put them on screen the first time we try this, so hopefully they come on screen. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. With that being said, so Susan, just to make sure I'm very, very clear, when it comes for your interior options, exterior sidings, you do have an opportunity for you to choose them. I'm going to go ahead and take this question here.
Don from TikTok would like to say that he owns the land but wants to come in and view homes and be one-on-one with someone to discuss them. Is that possible?
Don, I absolutely love your question, man. Don, yes, absolutely. And matter of fact, he's on TikTok, right? I can't not leave a link on TikTok for one reason or another. What I'm going to go ahead and do though is I'm trying to see on TikTok is a little bit different. TikTok's platform is a little bit more special, but if there's a way that you could go onto our website, we do have our home phone number on there. I would advise you to give us a call and set up an appointment right now with us, and we could definitely do it. Don, the other thing is I could provide you with my phone number, but TikTok restricts us if we try to do any type of giving you phone numbers or anything like that. It says that we're trying to, I don't know, some scam stuff. That's what they're trying to avoid. But Don, you could go to our website. You could actually go to our link in bio, and there's a place where you could actually book a consultation. That would be very, very awesome. If you jump to our Facebook or anywhere else, I could actually comment down below and then view all my details. So that would be pretty awesome. And yes, this is the best way. One-on-one consultation is the best way because, like you said, you already own land, which is amazing. Now we need to know a little bit more details, right? Where is your land specifically located? What are you trying to do? Is this a home that you're trying to live in with? Is this a home that you're trying to rent? Is this a home that you're trying to maybe put in the land and sell it for an investment? I mean, there's different questions, and if you can answer them, I could definitely help you out with that. But I understand if you want to have a one-on-one conversation, those are the best options. Appreciate that, Dan. Second question comes from Michaela, and this is a great question. She says, how can you deliver a 20 wide home and still be legal? And the reason is pretty simple. It's a complex system in the back end. We take care of that. That's nothing hard, but I want to explain it in a little bit more detail. Basically, it depends where it's going location-wise. There is states that require us to get just special permitting and tell them, hey, we have to have a total of 4 escorts, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, kind of a thing. And there's other states that require us to have a highway patrol escorting. With that being said, it does tie into different routes, planning, different type of escort vehicles. Like I said, it cannot be a regular escort. It has to be a highway patrol escort. However, everything's 100% legal. We do get permitting. We do have a period that we got to go through. It's pretty complex in the back end, but it's super simple for you guys because we take care of that. We eliminate all the distractions and everything that could be a little bit difficult. Next question comes from Katrina. Katrina was asking that she has a full king-size bed and that our bedrooms look a little bit too small. And she was asking, is there a way that we can make the bedrooms bigger so my king-size bed fits? And the easy, simple answer is absolutely yes. If you have a king-size bedroom, and actually I had a customer, she came in, and I've said this in the past probably multiple times, but I love to share this story because it's true. This customer came in, and she said, there's 3 non-negotiables. Non-negotiable meaning 3 things that will either make the deal or break the deal, right? And she says, well, I must have a king-size bed with the little, like nightstands, I guess they call them, the little nightstands on the side. And I have to have this 6-foot dresser on my wall. And then the last thing, those are her 2 non-negotiables. And her husband had a gun safe. This gun safe is 3 feet by 4 feet, and it weighs like 1,000 pounds. Well, with that being said, we had to reinforce the floors, right? The bed had to be placed where you have enough room to walk on the sides. And then obviously she wanted a closet and all those good stuff. So I was like, okay, perfect. Now we have an open canvas, basically a blank sheet of paper. We have a bed, we have a dresser, and we have a gun safe. And then from there, we actually tailored the whole floor plan to make sure her items fit. And then here recently, we had another customer that came in and she had a barrel. It's a barrel that's a sink. And she wanted to have that in the bathroom. And this barrel has been in her family for generations. We're talking about 20, 25 years and that was running in her family. Like she specifically had this sink barrel, beautiful barrel sink for about five or 8 years. And she says, I sold my house and this is the only thing I brought from that old house that I want in my new house. And, you know, we send it to our engineers. Our engineers made sure that the measurements were right and all that good stuff. And then we made it happen. If you go there, it's a 20 by 60 two-bedroom home that we delivered probably about 2 or 3 months ago. So we could definitely adjust. And then it says, next question comes from Jerry. Jerry, appreciate you bringing the comments down. He says that he wants to do a 3-bedroom with 2 baths. And he wants to have, let me see. Oh, he wants a 3-bedroom, 2 bath with an extra space for storage. And then his laundry room, he wants it on the other side. So he's pretty much explaining what he wants. It looks like he has a great vision for what he wants on his floor plan, what he wants his house to look like. So absolutely, Jerry, what I would advise you doing, very, very simple. All you have to do, if you're listening to me live right now, we're going to go ahead and drop the links down in the comments. If you're not listening to me live and you're watching another day, by the way, we're live every Thursday, 6 p.m. If you're not live, you could go to one of our bio links up in the section there, and you could book a consultation on a one-on-one conversation with either myself or one of our home experts, and we could talk about it. And it literally looks in my head that you already have like a picture drawn out of what your house you want your house to look like. So I would advise you to send us pictures or come in the doors, and we could definitely send that to the engineers and make sure that everything is tailored and the measurements are just specifically right for your home. We could definitely help you out. Make sure your storage, your laundry room, if you want a mechanical room or if you just want bigger closets, we could definitely make that happen. Super, super simple. Next question came to Colette. I hope I say her name right. Colette. She was asking about plumbing. And she was asking about how the plumbing hookups are, and I guess I could throw in the electrical hookups. So basically, our homes are made to where the plumbing is stubbed out. That way, depending on the side, like where your house is put in your property, it's going to be a little bit different because you have to have something that's called a flow line. What does that mean? The primary line that runs for your plumbing has to be put at a 1% degree, so the water flows and obviously all the disposal flows into your septic. So depending on the line rotation, that's where we want to make sure that we just leave it stubbed out. So when that main line comes through, we can connect it with the right flow line. When it comes to electrical and water, it's even more simple because let's say you have your panel box, right? You have your panel box right here. There's a stub out right there. And there's one main line that comes and connects to that, and it's into your panel. And then in your panel inside of your home, that is equally distributed everywhere. And obviously you have your breaker panels and all that good stuff. For water, same thing. We have the main line connected to one area where you come in and bring in the 2-inch water, connect it, and you have water throughout the house. Pretty simple things. And if you think it's complex or a little bit difficult or whatever the case might be, we did roll out a program last year, and it's been an amazing program where we actually have a project manager that could handle all of this. Makes it super, super simple. You don't have to talk to any contractors. You don't have to go through 20 pages of Facebook or Google reviews and see who would be the right person to talk to. So we do have that option available for you. Now, if you are a contractor and you know how to do it and you have experience doing it, or you know someone who is a contractor and whatever the case might be, we can literally stop in the build anywhere you want us. So whether that's a very bare shell and you want to build the whole thing inside, or you know what, I want absolutely everything except, can you do my porches? Yes, we could do your porches, right? Or I could do everything except the concrete. Well, let me take care of the concrete. So it just depends what you want. And then we had Mike Weston. He was a little bit concerned about sprayed foam. He was talking about foam problems and what happens with foam. And I guess there's a lot of things and a lot of different reviews on Google and a lot of different opinions. What's the best type of insulation? What do you guys prefer? So many different things. And I'll tell you my point of view and and why we chose sprayed foam as our primary foam or insulation. Sprayed foam, it works like obviously for insulation, right, of the home. So it keeps the temperatures hot, cold, and it contains the temperature a lot better. So if it's cold outside and you have heaters inside, your AC mini split units don't have to run as much, because once it's set at a certain temperature, it's easier to maintain. Versus when you have a big unit outside, well, that thing's running constantly, runs more electricity, so many different things, right? With sprayed foam, it contains it. We use AC mini split units, which is hot and cold, so it contains it a lot better. It's very, very efficient. And then the next thing is it also acts as a vapor barrier. What does that mean? It helps from preventing like moisture to come into your house, right? And it's one of the best, my personal opinion, is one of the best things out in the market, sprayed foam insulation. And then I do want to point out, we use 2-inch close-out insulation on the walls, on your ceiling, and then on your undercarriage, you have 1-inch close-out insulation. So it's one of the best insulations. And I'll love to talk to you a little bit more. I don't know if you're the type of person that wants to go more in research mode and talk about more R factors and the benefits and all of the chemicals that are used or not used or all that good stuff in the different types of insulation. I do a lot of research. I would definitely love to talk to you a little bit more in detail. But for this purposes, I do have more questions coming in. So we have a question.
Yeah, we have a customer from TikTok wanting to know what's the largest home that you built.
Perfect. Great question. Largest home that I could build right now is a 20 by 64, which, as a matter of fact, if you're very, very interested to see what that looks like, we do have one on lot right now that is almost about ready to be delivered. So I would say it's about 99.9% finished right now. We're literally just waiting for this weather to clear up to get it delivered. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 20 by 64, 20 feet wide, 64 long. How much square footage is that? It's 1,280 square feet, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, if my math is right. No, 20 by 64. Yes, I think it's 1,280 square feet. Yeah, my math is right. And then they were asking about what matters. On insulation, what really matters is, for me, it's literally the efficiency on it, right? I don't know how to explain that more in detail, but a house that has no insulation. Oh, actually, this is something else that I want to point out. Windows play a big part when we're talking about insulation and effectiveness and all that good stuff. Well, we use double pane windows. So double pane windows also help with the temperature inside and outside. So absolutely, that's another key factor. Next thing is, can I go tour your homes? Yes, great question. And absolutely, yes. You have an opportunity to come in to our homes anytime. Our doors open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have someone at the office at all times. If you can't make it during those office hours, definitely go ahead and book a consultation with one of our home experts. I've seen people tour this place as late as 8 o'clock at night because living situation, work situations, whatever the case might be, if you're one of those persons, we could definitely help you out. All you have to do is make sure that you're in communication with us, and we'll make sure we help you. Absolutely. We're open Monday to Saturdays. So more than welcome. More than welcome. We have another question.
Yes, Big Tex would like to know if we do the foundation or is that something that the homeowner needs to take care of?
Big Tex, what's up, man? I really appreciate you coming back onto a live. Great question. Foundation, it's either or. This is more of what you prefer. If you're comfortable working with contractors and you're comfortable doing something yourself, you're more than welcome to. If it's something that you don't know much information and you need help with, we do have our project manager. Our project manager he handles all the contractors. If we need contractors, or he brings our guys and do the foundation. We do concrete slabs, stem walls. We've done driveways. We've done so many different types of foundation work in this sense, right? We've done just regular dirt work where we just go and flatten out the land, and then the customer brings their own contractors to do the concrete, to where we did a project where we literally did everything: roads, driveways. We're actually working on a development that it's about to get started, a 30 home project. We're going to do a rent to own community. Basically, it's pretty simple. We're putting 30 homes. People are going to be able to come and rent them out if they want to. They could buy them in a like a rent to own kind of a deal, but it's going to be a community that we're building here in New Boston, Texas. If you want to be part of something big like that, and you're probably an investor, or you want a deal, or you're looking for a good opportunity, we have doors open to you guys. I specifically don't have too much details, but if it's something that you are interested in, I would highly recommend you coming in, talking to the people building it right now, and we could talk more about it. Next question comes from Tiffany Linsdale. Tiffany Linsdale. She was asking about, do you guys sell floor plans? No, we really don't sell floor plans. We could help you out with floor plans. However, it's not something that we could spend a ton of time just giving out floor plans to everybody, and probably not very interested. But if you are interested and you're ready to build a home, we're more than happy to provide you with floor plans. So depending on what you're looking for, if it's a floor plan that we already have, we're more than happy to provide it to you. If we don't have a floor plan and we have to build it from scratch, and let's say there's a lot of people that actually listen to us from all over the United States. I've talked to people in New Mexico. I've talked to people in Arizona. I've talked to a lot of people from California, Washington, Wisconsin, North Carolina, places that we cannot deliver to. I've talked to a lot of people, and they say, hey, I want one of your homes, or I love this floor plan. Can you provide it to us? I can definitely work something out for you guys. Yes.
So Big Tex from TikTok would like to know, what about basements? And then Wilson from Facebook asked if we deliver to North Carolina.
Perfect. So Big Tex, basements, can we do basements? Absolutely, yes. So it's no different than building or putting a home on like 8-foot pier beams, where we're about to deliver one next week, another one next week. We're going to put it on, I believe this one's like 7 or 8 feet pier beams. I have a customer that I'm working right now that we're also going to put them in pier beams 8 foot high. That being said, can we put them on a foundation where you're going to have a basement? Yes. The only biggest difference is that we can no longer do our traditional delivery way. We actually have to have a crane involved. So we will deliver the home and set it up with the crane. But yes, it's available and it's a possibility. And then we had another question that if we deliver to North Carolina. Great question. We don't. We currently do not deliver to North Carolina. We service Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Hopefully soon we could be in North Carolina. That would be great. Okay. Do we have more questions coming in? I'm interested to know if we have more questions. Guys, if you're listening to this recording live, it's awesome to drop the comments down below. You guys have links on the comments that you could go ahead and book a consultation. We do have another question.
Yeah, Christy from Facebook would like to know if we have ADA homes.
Christy, great question. ADA compliant homes, it's definitely one of the biggest things that we are focused on right now, meaning we have wider doors. Your ADA, your showers are ADA compliant. They have the little seats. They're a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, and then making sure that the walkways, the doorways, all of that is 100% ADA compliant. Yes. And then obviously when we come to the exterior, we build the ramps. We could definitely make a home 100% ADA compliant. Yes.
Do we build a 20-foot wide, and what is the cost of a 20 by 60?
Great questions. This question
is from Brenda on Facebook.
Brenda, great questions. I would love to know just a little bit more, and we could actually do it as an exercise right now if you wanted to. Number one, where are you from, right? If you want to drop down your zip code. And then the next thing is, what kind of home are you looking for? A smart panel home, a pine interior home? What kind of exterior do you want? And then the other thing is like, what do we want the floor plan to look like? A 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 1-bedroom? And then the biggest key factor is the kitchen. How big of a kitchen do you want? Small kitchen, big kitchen, a lot of cabinets, little bit of cabinets. Tell us a little bit more of what exactly you're looking for, and I can give you an exact price. But if you want to be more generic, a 20 by 60, starting price is at about $155 to $160,000 is our starting price for a 20 by 60. Now we're just talking about a home, right? Are you going to do concrete? Are you going to do porches? Are we doing underpinning? You know what I mean? There's so many questions to be asked in order to give you a best price. So Brenda, if you're comfortable enough to share those details, I could give you a price right now. We could actually do this exercise. If not, we could always book a consultation with one of our home experts, and they could same questions will be asked, but then now we could actually give you a great answer, the answer you're probably looking for, which is the actual detailed quote. By the way, now that we're talking about this, February 28th is our next open house. Mark it down in your calendars, because this is where you have the opportunity to get all the clarity that you're looking for, right? It's 100% different from me talking to a camera just like this, talking to you through a camera, versus us talking one-on-one, right? Maybe this sounds like a lot of questions to ask, but these questions could probably be answered just by me and you talking, you know? Because first comes first, right? I'm going to ask you a little bit about your situation. And in that conversation, we have a lot of things that unfold. Hey, I had one of my most recent customers came in, and they were telling me their situation. They currently sold a home. This is crazy. They're currently sold a home, and they literally have to get out of their home by February 18th, right? The closing day is February 18th. And they basically need a home to live in right now. And we're actually talking, we're discussing right now this 16 by 44, if it's going to be a good game plan for them or not. But this is the only home that I have available right now. And it's an ADA compliant home. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath with an office / washer and dryer room, mud room. Many people call it differently. However, this house is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. And it was the one that was canceled from Louisiana. So with that being said, it's like, okay, is this a good fit for you? Is this not a good fit for you, right? If you love this home and we could get it delivered to you, it's awesome. If you like this home, but it's not exactly what you're looking for, let's discuss. What do we need? What do we need to change the layout? What can we do to make sure that you're 100% satisfied? So those are just little discussions that we always have. Had another customer come in. It's going through a divorce right now. He cannot buy or sell or do any type of financial movements until his divorce settles. However, part of the divorce is he has to move out of his house. His wife is or his ex-wife, or I don't know how to call it at this point, the person that he's getting divorced to is staying with the house. So he has to find a place to live. And we're talking about building him a 20 by 64. And basically we went over all the details. All he did was a very small deposit, because he says, I want you to know that I'm committed and I need a home, but I cannot make big financial. I cannot give you a $20,000 down payment or anything like that, but I want you to know that I'm committed. So literally we quoted everything out. He gave me a 1% deposit, and I'm working on his floor plans right now. We're getting everything tailored. This divorce finally goes through, I believe, the 25th of February, which we're very excited to get that process moving. So within the next 90, well, let's call it 120 days, he's going to have a home that he absolutely loves because he literally designed the whole thing, from interior finishes, exterior finishes, and everything. So with that being said, guys, I would highly, highly recommend you guys coming in, talking to us in person. If you can't, over the phone, we could do a Zoom call. We could do face calls, whatever the case might be. We want to make sure we serve you guys at the highest level. And once again, if you're listening to this recording and we're not live anymore, drop down the comments what your questions are. And I'm here next Thursday, 6 p.m. sharp, to make sure I answer all of that. With that being said, I really appreciate you, everybody, coming in here. Have a great rest of the day. And we call it quits. Appreciate you guys.